So we got these headquarters, we got these remote offices, and of course now everybody's got a mobile device. I mean, eyes something. And the problem of the cloud, or the issue of the cloud, I should say, is that we need to be connected. You know, there are no more silos of data. It's all about collaboration, the speed of information. I was told today, before this event started, that someone had read an article online that essentially said that everything that you learned in your first year of college, by the time you graduate, is obsolete. So the problem is you got to stay connected because your clients are pushing you all the time. Then you get into options. So you have data center co-locations, and then you have all your different cloud components. But here you are, you're a professional. You're going to graduate, you're going to have this degree, you're going to go out into the world, and people are going to look upon you to build them cathedrals. They can find masons all day long. I can find people to put bricks together, stacking on top of one another all day long. But what people really need is the solution. The parts, the pieces, the components, those are the things that the vendors want to sell us, and we need them badly. Believe me, no one has better science than IBM. I mean, they are the world leaders. And actually, Richard from IBM is in the back of the room. Thank you, Richard. I mean, no one knows how to put, basically, technology together. You buy a Dell, you're basically getting IBM's stuff that they've invented probably a few years ago. But we got to solve problems. It's not about being cool. There's somebody sitting in an executive suite with a CFO title that needs a return on investment. They don't care about the technology. They got a problem, they got a customer. The technology is the bridge. It's the bridge between people and process. If your technology can't bridge this gap and be better, faster, stronger, whatever, fill in the adjective, than the competition, then it's junk. It has no value, cloud or no cloud. So that's our problem that we have to go with. This is a great slide from Gartner on the various clouds. I was going to write one myself, but since, heck, if the cloud came out in 1959, I didn't think I'd have to sit around and write one chart myself. So here's company A, right? This is essentially a closed enterprise. This is the way most companies run. So when we meet a company, they're typically set up like this. Small company, 1 to 10 servers, you know, bunch of users, probably a few terminal servers laying around, things like that. 1 or 2 different circuits coming in, maybe a baseband like a T1, a broadband like a Comcast circuit, DSL, something like that. Put it together inside some kind of unified thread appliance like a Sonic Wall or a Cisco or a WatchGuard or Fortinet or fill in the blank. And that's it. There they are. Why change? It's working, right? We'll talk later about the catalyst for change. The next opportunity is the managed private cloud. So this is where the company still owns the equipment, but now we've gone from the operator being the company to being the provider. So this is essentially how we started in the cloud services businesses. People would come to us. This is essentially what co-location is. People would go to companies and say, hey, I have this server, and in my office, I don't have a lot of really essential types of things in order to keep my enterprise up and running, like electricity. It seems to be a really important piece of a component. True story. I'm sitting with the president of our second, third largest client. This is like a $2 billion real estate firm. They own like 67 hotels. And we are sitting there and we're doing a strategic planning session. Going through all, you know, SWOT analysis, right? Strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats. We're going through this whole SWOT analysis of the infrastructure, where the risk is, business continuity planning, disaster recovery, all these different types of things. They're about to launch a new securities firm. Boom, boom, boom. He says to me, what is the one thing that will absolutely kill us? And I said, well, you're in this building. You have no generator. You lose electricity. Everything we put in, you got like 7.5 minutes of UPS power and then you're dead. True story. You can't make this stuff up. This stuff is too good. True story. The day they are closing the largest transaction in their company's history, they're buying 23 hotels for $525 million. I'm not lying. They lost electricity. They can't communicate. They got hundreds of investors spread across the entire United States, 23 different title companies, more lawyers than looks like going after, Obamacare. Unbelievable. They lose electricity. So maybe some days we are wizards. They did close the deal, and it was very successful, but that's one of those moments that make you go, oh my. Yeah, you can't stress electricity enough. It's like gravity. It's the law. It's a good law. So service access, closed, still just them. Levels of control, still the company has a high level of control in this type of environment. You're still kind of, we're giving our client access, administrative access to their own platform, to their own operating system, which if you've ever spent one day helping a relative who has administrative access on their PC, you know that's a bad idea. Everybody should be a user. I'm even a user on my own laptop. Then we get into the virtual clouds. It starts getting a little bit more closed up. Now the provider is both the owner and the operator, so it's running on our equipment. The enterprise is still closed. The level of control, still pretty high by the company themselves. And the skill set's kind of strong, but now they have some assets. So we started here and we went to here. Our hospital infrastructure is here. We have multiple companies, A, B, C, so on and so forth, using a common platform. What most of you think of is this platform here, the public cloud. The Googles, the Amazons, Microsoft racking 20,000 servers a month in Chicago. 20,000 servers a month. You know those big containers on the back of tractor trailers? That's actually the server rooms. You should go to the web and look it up. I didn't have a picture for you.